Look, I need to start this video in a very direct way because what I'm about to say may be happening in your home right now, and you don't even know it. If you are a man who has noticed a decline in your intimate performance, if things aren't working like they used to, if you've been feeling that terrible anxiety when it's time to perform, I need you to stop everything you're doing and pay close attention to what I'm about to reveal. Because the answer to your problem may literally be in your fruit bowl, in your refrigerator, in your everyday breakfast. I know it's hard to admit. I know it's a subject that hurts your pride, that makes you question whether you're still man enough. That silent pain that eats away at you inside, that makes you avoid intimacy, that creates a distance between you and your partner, that anguish of not being able to live up to expectations, of failing just when you want to impress the most. I understand perfectly, because I've helped thousands of men who have gone through exactly what you're going through right now. And worst of all, the food industry, conventional doctors. No one talks about how some foods that seem healthy, that everyone recommends, that are on the superfood list, can literally be destroying your ability to have a strong and lasting erection. Today, I'm going to break that silence and show you the naked truth about 7 fruits that may be sabotaging your masculinity without you even knowing it. But before I continue, if this content makes sense to you, if you recognize that you need this information, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell because I post exclusive content on men's health that can literally transform your life. And in the comments, just write the word strength so I know you're determined to solve this problem once and for all. Let's start with the first fruit that may be destroying your erection. And this one will shock you because it's one of the most consumed fruits in the world. I'm talking about bananas. That's right, the banana you eat for breakfast, that they put in smoothies, that everyone says is good for energy. The problem with bananas is not their nutrients, because they do contain potassium, magnesium, and important vitamins. The problem is what happens when you eat too many bananas, or at the wrong time. Bananas have a relatively high glycemic index, especially when they are very ripe, and this causes spikes in blood sugar followed by sharp drops. When your blood sugar drops, your body goes into survival mode, prioritizing vital functions and putting sexual function on the back burner. In addition, studies indicate that constant fluctuations in glucose can damage the microscopic blood vessels that are essential for a healthy erection. But there's more. Bananas contain a significant amount of tryptophan, the same amino acid that makes you sleepy after eating turkey at Christmas. Tryptophan is converted into serotonin, and although serotonin is important for well-being, in excess, it can decrease libido and interfere with sexual response. That's why many antidepressants that increase serotonin have the side effect of decreasing sexual desire. The second fruit that needs to be on your radar is grapes. They seem harmless, even romantic. But grapes hide a dark secret. Grapes are extremely high in natural sugars, mainly fructose, and when consumed in large quantities, they can cause insulin resistance. Insulin resistance not only affects your ability to control blood sugar, it directly interferes with testosterone production. Research suggests that men with insulin resistance have significantly lower levels of free testosterone, which is exactly the type of testosterone your body needs to maintain high libido and strong erections. In addition, excess fructose can cause chronic inflammation in the body, and inflammation is the #1 enemy of erectile function because it damages blood vessels and interferes with the production of nitric oxide, the substance responsible for relaxing the vessels that allow blood flow to the penis. The third fruit that may be sabotaging your performance is mango. I know mango is delicious. I know it seems natural and healthy, but it has 2 major problems. First, it is extremely high in sugar, with an average mango containing more sugar than some processed desserts. Second, and this is even more concerning, mango contains compounds that can interfere with testosterone conversion. Studies indicate that certain phytochemicals in mangoes may increase the activity of the enzyme aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen. When you have more estrogen circulating in your body, your libido plummets, your ability to get erections decreases, And you may even begin to develop feminine characteristics such as fat accumulation in the chest and hips. That's why many men who consume mangoes regularly report a decrease in sexual energy. The fourth fruit that needs to be removed from your frequent consumption list is watermelon. I know this goes against everything you've ever heard, because they always say that watermelon is good for circulation, that it has citrulline, which helps in the production of nitric oxide. And it's true, watermelon does contain citrulline, but the problem is that it also has a very high glycemic load and such a high water content that it can cause fluid retention and bloating. When you are bloated, when your body is retaining excess fluid, circulation is compromised. Blood doesn't flow properly, and this directly affects your ability to get a firm erection. In addition, watermelon consumed in large quantities can cause fluctuations in blood sugar, which, as I've already explained, are detrimental to sexual function. The worst part is that many people eat watermelon thinking they're doing something good for their health, but they end up sabotaging their performance without knowing it. The fifth fruit that may be destroying your masculinity is the apple. That's right, the apple that is said to keep the doctor away. That is a symbol of health that everyone recommends. The problem with apples is not the fruit itself, but what is done to it. Most apples that reach the market are treated with pesticides and preservatives that can act as endocrine disruptors. Endocrine disruptors are substances that interfere with the hormonal system, and in the case of men, they can block testosterone production or increase the conversion of testosterone to estrogen. Studies indicate that men exposed to high levels of pesticides have significantly higher rates of erectile dysfunction and low sperm count. Even if you wash the apple, many of these compounds penetrate the fruit's flesh and do not come off with a simple wash. The sixth fruit that may be harming your sex life is pineapple. Pineapple is rich in bromelain, an enzyme that has anti-inflammatory properties, and that should be good, right? The problem is that pineapple is also extremely acidic and high in sugar. When consumed regularly, it can cause inflammation in the digestive tract and interfere with the absorption of nutrients essential for sexual function. In addition, pineapple can increase levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol is testosterone's number one enemy. When cortisol levels are high, testosterone production automatically drops. It is an evolutionary response of the body. When the body perceives that it is in a stressful situation, it stops producing sex hormones to focus on survival. That is why many men who consume pineapple regularly experience a decrease in libido and erection quality. The seventh and final fruit that may be sabotaging your erection is the pear. Pears seem harmless, with a mild flavor and pleasant texture, but they hide a serious problem. Pears are rich in sorbitol, a type of sugar that can cause digestive problems and interfere with the absorption of zinc, a mineral essential for testosterone production. Zinc is so important for male sexual function that a deficiency of this mineral can cause impotence, decreased libido, and even testicular atrophy. When you consume pears regularly, especially if your diet is already low in zinc, you may be creating a deficiency that will manifest directly in your sexual performance. In addition, sorbitol can cause bloating and abdominal discomfort, which definitely doesn't help when it comes to intimacy. Now, I know that after hearing all this, you may be feeling confused, even hopeless. You may be thinking that if even fruits can harm your sexual function, what is left to eat? Calm down, take a deep breath, because I'm not here just to point out problems. I'm here to give you real, practical solutions. The first thing you need to understand is that the problem is not necessarily with the fruits themselves, but with the quantity, frequency, and quality of those fruits. Everything in life is a matter of balance, and when it comes to male sexual health, that balance is even more important. Your body is a complex machine that needs specific nutrients to function properly, especially when it comes to hormone production and circulatory function. What happens in our modern society is that we are exposed to a perfect storm of factors that impair sexual function. We have the constant stress of work and responsibilities. We have processed foods full of chemicals and preservatives. We have a sedentary lifestyle. We have pollution. We have a lack of adequate sleep. And on top of all that, we still consume foods that, even though they are natural, can interfere with the delicate hormonal balance that keeps our masculinity in check. That's why millions of men around the world are facing erectile dysfunction problems at increasingly younger ages. It's not just a matter of age. It's not just a psychological issue. It's a systemic issue that needs to be addressed intelligently and strategically. And this is where something that can make all the difference in your life comes in. There is a natural, scientifically proven solution that can help your body restore hormonal balance and proper sexual function. I'm talking about Alpha Vita, a supplement specifically developed to naturally support testosterone production and improve blood circulation safely and effectively. Alpha Vita is not a drug. It does not have the heavy side effects of synthetic medications. It is a 100% natural formula based on ingredients that have been used traditionally for centuries and are now validated by modern science. Each Alpha Vita capsule contains a powerful combination of plant extracts that work synergistically to restore your sexual potency. One of the main ingredients is maca, an Andean root that the Incas called the food of the gods. Maca has been used for over 2,000 years to increase energy, endurance, and libido. Modern studies confirm that maca can significantly increase sexual desire and improve the quality of erections, as well as help balance hormones naturally. Another key component is Tribulus terrestris, a plant that grows in arid regions and has been used in traditional medicine to treat sexual potency problems. Research indicates that Tribulus can stimulate natural testosterone production and improve blood circulation in the genitals. It's like natural Viagra, but without the risks and side effects. Alpha Vita also contains fenugreek extract, a spice that not only adds flavor to food, but also has incredible properties for men's health. Fenugreek can help block enzymes that convert testosterone into estrogen, keeping your hormone levels in balance. In addition, it can improve insulin sensitivity, helping to control blood sugar spikes that can impair sexual function. There is also saw palmetto, an extract from a palm tree native to North America that is considered one of the best natural ingredients for prostate health and male sexual function. Saw palmetto can help reduce the conversion of testosterone to DHT, a hormone that can cause prostate problems and interfere with erectile function. It's like having insurance for your long-term sexual health. The Alpha Vita formula also includes alpha-lipoic acid, a powerful antioxidant that protects cells from free radical damage and improves insulin sensitivity. This is critical because, as I explained, insulin resistance can wreak havoc on your testosterone levels. Alpha-lipoic acid works as a protector of your ability to produce sex hormones. There's also silymarin, extracted from milk thistle, which helps protect and regenerate the liver. Why is this important for your sexual function? Because the liver is responsible for metabolizing hormones, including testosterone and estrogen. When your liver isn't functioning properly, there can be a buildup of estrogen that will suppress your testosterone. Silymarin helps keep your liver healthy, so it can do its hormone-regulating job properly. And to ensure that all these ingredients are properly absorbed by your body, Alpha Vita contains black pepper extract, which contains piperine, a compound that can increase nutrient absorption by up to 2,000%. There's no point in taking a supplement if your body can't take advantage of the active ingredients, and piperine solves exactly that problem. What makes Alpha Vita different from other products on the market is the quality of the extracts used and the scientific ratio between the ingredients. It's not just throwing a bunch of herbs into a capsule and hoping for the best. It's a formula developed based on scientific research that shows exactly how each ingredient works and how they work together to enhance results. In addition, Alpha Vita is produced in certified laboratories following strict quality and purity standards. Each batch is tested to ensure that there is no contamination from heavy metals, pesticides, or other harmful compounds. You are putting only pure and potent ingredients into your body. It is extremely simple and discreet to use. Just take 2 capsules per day, preferably with meals. No prescription is required, no embarrassing explanations to anyone, and no need to plan ahead as with some medications. Just take it daily as part of your healthcare routine. Results begin to appear within the first few weeks of use. Many men report an increase in energy and mood within the first few days. Within 2 to 3 weeks, It is common to experience an increase in libido and erection quality. With continued use for 2 to 3 months, the benefits become more pronounced, and you will experience a complete transformation in your sex life. But I need to be honest with you. Alpha Vita is not a magic solution that will solve all your problems overnight. It is a natural supplement that needs to be used consistently to give lasting results. If you are expecting a miracle pill that will turn you into a stud in 24 hours, this is not the product for you. Alpha Vita is for men who are committed to their health, who understand that true transformation happens when you take care of your body holistically and consistently. It's for men who want to regain their confidence and sexual potency naturally, without the risks of synthetic drugs. Now, you may be wondering about the age question. Does it work for older men? Does it work for younger men? The answer is yes to both, but for different reasons. In younger men, erection problems are usually related to stress, anxiety, poor eating habits, and a sedentary lifestyle. Alpha Vita can help balance hormones and improve circulation, solving many of these problems at the root. In more mature men, problems may be related to natural testosterone decline, circulatory issues, or health conditions such as diabetes and hypertension. Alpha Vita can help stimulate natural testosterone production and improve circulation, but in these cases, it is even more important to seek medical advice to treat any underlying health conditions. One of the biggest concerns men have is about possible dependence. Will I need to take this forever? Will my body stop working if I stop taking it? The answer is no. Alpha Vita is not addictive because it works by stimulating your body's natural functions, not replacing them. It's like going to the gym. When you train regularly, your muscles get stronger. But if you stop training, they don't get weaker than they were before you started. They just return to their previous state. With Alpha Vita, it's the same thing. It helps your body function better. And even if you stop taking it, the improvements in your overall health may continue because you have developed healthier habits. Another common fear is about side effects. Synthetic medications for erectile dysfunction can cause headaches, heart problems, sudden drops in blood pressure, and prolonged erections that require emergency medical attention. With Alpha Vita, because it is 100% natural, side effects are minimal or non-existent for most people. Some people may experience mild stomach discomfort if they take the capsules on an empty stomach, but this is easily resolved by taking them with meals. Others may notice an increase in energy that can interfere with sleep if taken too late in the evening, so the recommendation is to take it in the morning and at lunchtime. Now let me paint a picture for you of what can happen when you decide to really take care of your sexual health. Imagine waking up in the morning feeling that masculine energy pulsing through your veins, feeling confident to face the day, to face challenges, to face your partner with the look of someone who knows they are in control of the situation. Imagine coming home after a day of work, and instead of throwing yourself on the couch tired and listless, feeling that desire, that sexual energy that makes your partner realize she has a real man by her side. Imagine the difference this makes in your relationship, in your intimacy, in the connection between you. Imagine no longer having that terrible anxiety before intimacy, no longer being afraid of failure, no longer having to make excuses or avoid intimate situations. Imagine having back that confidence, that security, that certainty that you are capable of satisfying and being fully satisfied. This is not fantasy. This is not a dream. This is what happens when you treat your body with the respect and care it deserves. Thousands of men have already experienced this transformation, and many of them started exactly where you are now, with doubts, fears, shame, but with the determination not to accept a mediocre sex life. What separates the men who achieve this transformation from those who continue to suffer in silence is a decision. The decision to stop accepting the situation as it is and do something concrete to change it. The decision to invest in your own health instead of spending money on things that don't make a real difference in your quality of life. And look, I understand that it may seem expensive to invest in a quality supplement, especially if you've already spent money on other things that didn't work. But think about it. How much does a broken relationship cost? How much does damaged self-esteem cost? How much does it cost to live with anxiety and shame every day? How much does it cost to miss out on opportunities for intimacy and connection? When you weigh it all up, investing in your sexual health is not an expense. It's an investment with guaranteed returns. Because when your sex life is working well, the rest of your life improves along with it. You become more confident at work, more present with your family, happier, and more fulfilled as a man. And here's some important information. Alpha Vita is not sold in conventional pharmacies. It's not sold anywhere. It's an exclusive product that you can only get through authorized distributors. This ensures that you are receiving the original product, with the correct formula and certified quality. There are many counterfeit products on the market, especially on generic sales websites. And these products not only don't work, but can also be dangerous to your health. That's why it's essential to buy only from trusted and authorized sources. I am committed to recommending only products that I trust and that have proven results. Now, if you've made it this far, if you've watched the entire video, if you're really determined to transform your sex life, I want you to take action right now. Don't put it off until tomorrow. Don't put it off until next week. Don't keep making excuses because life doesn't wait, and neither does your partner. Like this video so that more men can have access to this information that can change lives. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell because I post exclusive content on men's health regularly. And in the comments, write Alpha so I know you're ready for this transformation. The link to purchase Alpha Vita is posted here in the comments. Just click, fill in your details, and in a few days, you will receive the product at your home, completely discreetly, with no external identification of what it is. No one will know what you are receiving, only you. Remember, it's not about age, it's not about genetics, it's not about luck. It's about making the right decisions and giving your body what it needs to function at its full potential. You deserve to have a full and satisfying sex life. You deserve to feel confident and powerful. You deserve to be the man your partner admires and desires. The choice is yours. You can continue to suffer in silence, avoiding intimacy, living with anxiety and shame. Or you can take action today and begin your journey of transformation. I hope you make the right choice, because you deserve to be happy and fulfilled in all aspects of your life, especially in the most intimate and important one.